Hey everybody, I'm using Xcode beta, well Xcode 6 in beta. I'm recording this in June 2014. So one of the things that makes the playground app, if you will, within Xcode interesting is that it gives you an interactive response to your code. So this is some very simple stuff because I'm just going over this language for the first time, given that it came out a couple of days ago. So I've created here a constant. So this is basically just an array, and it's got a few values. And what I'm doing here is looping through things. And what you want to look at is what's going on this panel here, this interactive thingamajigger. So for instance, when I said var team score equals 0, you see it gives me an instant response of 0. When I declared this array, and then it just shows me an array. It's nothing too exciting here, but let's look at this for instance. So I have my array, which has the values of 75, 56, and 45. So I go if the score, and if the score in scores. So basically, if I'm saying if the array has a value that is greater than 10, then we add 3 to this variable that I created here, team score. And you can see down here, team score, we run through this, and at the end, you see team score has a value of 9, right? Because all 3 are greater than 10, right? So now if I change it to, let's say, 50, you see this value is going to change. See, I didn't even have to press enter, nothing. It interactively responds to my input. Another thing that we see here is kind of interesting. It tells us how many times within this loop, how many times something returns true. So what do I mean by that? So they're saying if the score is greater than 50, then do this, otherwise do that. So if it's greater than 50, this is going to happen right here. And of course, well, not of course, but so in this case, the playground tells me this actually happened 2 times. So that's kind of interesting. So let's say greater than 60. And you see what happens. It's an interesting behavior. Here it tells me the value, but here it tells me that, okay, this else statement happened 2 times because, you know, in this particular circumstance, only one item in our array was over or greater than 60. So that means the second clause, the else statement rather, got fired off 2 times. It's kind of interesting. So you can see in real time, and of course our score of course changed, right? Because since this was the score was only greater than 60 once, this was 3, and since the other 2 were less than 60, this fired off twice. So we added, 2 times 1, and 1 times 3 is 5. So that's the interesting thing about the Swift playground. This is part of Xcode 6. Is that you get this interactive component here, so you can see in real time the results of your code. This, I believe, will come in very, very handy when you actually get into some real coding. This, of course, is an extremely simple example, but you have to bear with me. I'm just jumping into this language. So there you go. I hope you found this interesting.